The effectiveness of the transport system connotes easy and unhindered flow or movement from a point of origin to a destination. Transport creates wealth, grows business, redistributes population while stimulating socio-economic growth and development. The transport policy of any nation should be designed to bring innovation, bridging the gap between theory and practice, while ensuring that the management practices are tailored to suit the environment, thereby promoting and accelerating economic activities. On this informative note, I warmly welcome you to today's edition of Maritime Update. I am Norma Obiaswalo. On a weekly basis, Maritime Update showcases activities in the maritime industry. Nigeria is a coastal state with extensive coastline and a vast exclusive economic zone. It has inland waterways and large volume of various commodity. Multimodalism, which is a reliance of many modes of transport from water transport to inland waterways, the roads, air, and railway, requires connectivity that is geared towards unlocking the treasures in the maritime industry. In this episode, we'll be looking at the activities of freight forwarders and how it has geared towards moving the maritime industry forward. First, issues and developments that make news in the sector. Stay with us. Ex-NIMASA DG raises alarm over offshore vessel berthing, says Nigeria loses $300 million annually. Customs records tremendous achievements in revenue generation, others in 3 years. MPCC chief appeals for collaboration for success of customs NIGERIAN. And now to the main stories. The former Director General of the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, NIMASA, Temisa Omaseye, at a Day with Nigerian Maritime Students 2018, raised alarm over the huge revenue loss of about $300 million, which he said Nigeria incurs as vessels berth outside of the nation's shores. Omaseye said the ships berth 5 degrees east of the Nigerian waters, even as he lamented that the offshore berthing and attendant loss is traceable to cargo diversion to neighboring ports due to the classification of Nigerian waters as a high-risk zone and the attendant high insurance premium. Stating further, he lamented that in addition to the offshore berthing, foreign ship owners have taken all over maritime businesses in Nigeria, while ship owners are left with nothing. He urged the government to assist Nigerian ship owners to be in charge, as this will help create more employment for our teeming youths. The former DG, however, commended NIMASA for the establishment of the National Seafarers Development Program (NSDP), which has assisted in the training of some Nigerian youths, as he also advised youths who were yet to acquire sea-time training not to relent, adding that Nigeria needs their services as most seafarers were aging. The Public Relations Officer, Nigerian Customs Service (NCS), Joseph Atta, says the Customs Service has achieved enhanced professionalism, robust anti-smuggling operations, spectacular seizures, and a revenue collection of more than ₦1 trillion. Atta said the service under the Controller General of Customs, Colonel Ahmed Ali, was saddled with 3 presidential mandates to restructure, reform, and to boost revenue collection, has recorded tremendous achievements. He said after the redeployment, there was increase in the number of seizures, anti-smuggling operations, and revenue generation. A lot of spectacular seizures were made, which includes the 2,671 pump-action rifle and illicit drugs, as he also uploaded the e-auction platform introduced by the CG, which has secured revenue collection for the federal government. The chairman of the Nigerian Port Consultative Council (MPCC), Chief Kunle Folarin, has appealed to maritime industry stakeholders to collaborate with the Nigerian Customs Service to ensure the success of the Nigerian Integrated Custom Information System (NICIS). The NICIS, which was inaugurated on April 20, as an automotive operation of cargo clearance programmed to block all government revenue leakages, improve compliance, and regulate government fiscal policy, which will lead to increase in government revenue generation. Folarin said the project must not be seen as the Nigerian Customs Service project, otherwise the cooperation, coordination, and integrity of the project will suffer. as he added that the effective operation of the project will remove human interface and increase the turnaround time of cargo. And that's Maritime News. Maritime Updates continues shortly. Stay with us. If you have just joined us, this is Maritime Update reaching you courtesy of the Nigerian Shippers Council. For details, please reach the Nigerian Shippers Council on our email, website, or better still, text the number showing on your screen. Thanks for staying tuned. Now to the guest of the week. He is Eugene Weke, ex-National President NAGAF and a member Dry Port Ministerial Implementation Committee. In this interaction, he spoke to us on the role of policy implementation and professionalism towards ensuring maritime development. Stay with us. Take us into the activities of freight forwarders and how this has geared towards moving the maritime industry forward.
Okay, thank you very much. Freight forwarder, the term freight forwarding is an individual or a corporate firm who is involved in the movement of international traded goods from origin to destination port. He becomes a logistic provider when he has taken time to plan routing system, design the route, then ensure that these goods have secured necessary regulatory compliance, paying whatever that has to do with tax and duty levies, then why these goods must get to the owner's warehouse in good condition, at good time, right time, at good economic cost, by observing what I call economic of scale vis-a-vis cheap rate of delivery services. A freight forwarder becomes a link between the shipper to any other person within the international supply chain. So with this, a freight forwarder is adding value, putting in what we call professional expertise to ensure that issues that have constituted delay is being removed. Because delay in the system is cost. So he is that person trained to ensure that every good receive the needed best practice and attention standard it required and accord it and ensure that it gets to the final person. So if you call him a consolidator, you're right. If you call him a courier person, you're right. If you call him a trucker, you're right. If you call him a cross-functional person, you're also right. If you call him a broker, you're also right, because he does all. So it's all encompassing.
Then looking at the vast maritime environment, what are the issues that you have identified that is hampering maritime growth?
Well, there are so many factors one can actually pinpoint at. One, the policies are not having or getting enough political will to drive them over the time. Then two is what I call misapplication of expertise. Then three is what I've also called the non-adequate training of captains of the industry. There's also what I call disjointed interest. Then, of course, the corrupt element that goes with it. That's really the fourth thing.
Okay, I've identified these policies. So what the repositioning of maritime industry?
You see, I've always said, and I've continued to say it, if we want to be a maritime nation of a note, then there's need for the Honorable Minister to go back, other than having what to call in that structure Department of Deputy Director of Maritime Services. It's wrong. We have what to call federal or national marine archaeologists. It is the marine archaeology that will drive every research that has to do with undercurrent as regards to aquatics, diving, ship, and the designs and what have you, as it affects certain needs within the water.
So does it mean that it's a structural issue
There's
Is
a
that what
structural
you're-
issue.
okay.
Structural issues involved.
Okay.
Structural issues involved. That's what called institutional overlaps, lacking in terms of call it administrative know-how. So we need to structure that. If you go to America, go to any other country I've gone to, there's always what you call a national marine archaeologist. Just like you say national accountant general, state accountant general, auditor general. That's how it should be in the transport sector because it's a gamut.
Okay.
So when you have an archaeologist, that means we have somebody now that is thinking about marine.
Okay.
When you say department, the deputy director, deputy marine, and you bring the politician, somebody that doesn't know anything about marine environment and aquatics. He didn't study oceanography. He knows nothing about fishing. He knows nothing about nautical mice, and he's just making this. He only waits for people to come and feed him. But we get that person there, he knows what to do. That's why today research is the main base for American drive.
So your submission will be that putting the right people at the right places will engender right policies.
There's need for what I said, identify restructuring. We must restructure our transport to suit priorities.
Okay.
Let us restructure to gender, political interest, and regional interest. No. It's a professional environment driven by experts. That's the truth.
So having identified all these challenges, what in your view are the short-term and long-term solutions that you want to profile? Because all matters in all this is ensuring maritime growth. So what policies
the
do you want to...
Minister and the Director General of NIMASA should call Nigerian indigenous shippers together, release the money to them, given their conditions and time, get a supervisory, not agencies, supervisory committee to that effect, and allow them to, let's see what they can do.
Is that a short term or long term?
It's a short time. The money is there now. So the money is there. It's not like looking for the money. Get that money out in billions of dollars, bring it out, give it to people, let them move, let's see what they can do. Then let people who are trained as captain deploy their expertise into the system. And let us see how you can go from there. That's the beginning point. So I will continue to talk about green economy without a blueprint. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Start from the none while they go into the unknown. That's what the principle of a green economy. What do you have on ground? What is your comparative advantage when it comes to territorial domination? Start from there, then move to the next step.
You mentioned money. Does it mean that the federal government's investment into the maritime sector is not meeting up with the challenges?
Well, when you talk about, you are trying to raise the issue of budgetary. But the money I'm talking about is not budgetary. This is money contributed, paid over time, as specified in the Masters Act, that a part of the money they deduct is 0.10% for vessel development. That's what it's called CVDF, Cargo Vessel Development Fund, Finance Fund.
So how do we restore investors' confidence in the port industry, positioning her? You said, okay, we are not even near hub of Africa.
Look, hub is not by mouth. Hub is by investment.
Okay.
It's by planning.
Okay.
You understand? We have cargo growth.
Does that in any way have to do with infrastructure and human capacity?
I've always said that if you look at the supply and demand of Nigeria, most time it's not because of the improvement vis-a-vis the money invested that attracted or fast-tracked what I'll call cargo growth. No, it's the demand. More people, Nigerians, our population is going up, and more Nigerians they feel with anything they see. They want food on their table. And with our foreign product taste. So this demand is the key thing that promotes cargo growth. Not because that adequately much investment has been made in the port infrastructure. No. If you want to measure that, what is the dwell time of cargo in our port? If the investment is there, what is the turnaround time of vessel or dwell time of a vessel at our anchor? You know what I'm saying now? How many days does it take you for cargo that are coming to the port to leave the port? Can you take your cargo within 48 hours and 2 hours out of Nigerian port? The answer is no. So what the level of efficiency you're talking about? So when you look at it from that point of view of dwell time of cargo in their port, then that is one of the things to define the investors' interest. Two, you see, whether we like it or not, one of the things that scares investors away from our maritime environment, the issue that has to do with foreign exchange fluctuation.
Okay.
Yes, it has a lot to do. That's why most times they say they want to listen to budget. When some of them want to wait for budget, they only want to see whether budget will say, well, this is what should be the exchange rate for this very regime. But you see, the Federal Ministry of Finance doesn't have the control. So every now and then, fluctuation, it hampers and it has a lot of great impact negatively.
So that is particularly what is.
Yeah, because you see, what gives investment right condition? One, good workforce, good connected workforce. Two, sustainable and dependable foreign exchange regime. Three, policies driving starting trade and investment.
Okay.
These three are very critical. Four of them. This is what drives. This is what any investor looks at before trying to get the risk to come into with foreign capital to invest. So, if your workforce is not cheap labor, sustainable one, then the policies crisis here and there, it does not.
So, meaning we have a lot of issues with our human capacity.
We have. Boko Haram is a threat. Niger Delta or bomb this or bomb that is a threat. That's why no government is happy each time they say they want to do this and they go online and say certain things through social media. It scares investors away. That's the truth. Then fluctuation of foreign exchange.
So that means security is key.
Security is key. That's an enabling environment, secure environment. Workforce. You have workforce that are dedicated people that yes, integrity means anything to them. Not the workforce that every tomorrow the Nigerian doctors and midwives are this, tomorrow freight forwarders are shutting down this, other things. No, some of these things are not too heavy. That is why in shipping, once a mariner, captain, a master mariner or captain of the vessel gets a signal from his land agent that there's crisis in social port, he diverts. I can't blame him because the Marine Insurance Act covers him on that deviation. You know what I'm saying?
And that's not good for our economy.
Good. So then government policy, and thank God for Shippers Council. Shippers Council have taken it to them over there. Nigeria still maintains the highest shipping documentation procedure. That needed to be limited, and this is the area and having issue with the business enablement.
What is the role of government? What is the role of maritime agencies? What is the role of stakeholders in ensuring that we achieve maritime development?
Maritime is a cycle with facets for the sphere. Now, one policy in the center sends signal to all this cycle because it's a chain. Therefore, get one chain to do the right thing, it goes down. I give an example. Nigeria Shippers Council, before it's been appointed to evolve or to be the economic regulator, in the bid under the supply chain, they have this interest to protect Nigerian shippers. They go to negotiate trade. They go to negotiate dialogue, certain trade policy, international conventions. They defend even the plight of our shippers. They have that as their vested interest, and they keep that bit. They research on it. They travel far and near just to discuss cargo interest commitment.
That's commitment on your side.
That is commitment. Let other agencies toe their line. Forget your political patronage, your selfish interests. Think of the sustenance of this industry for the well-being of every other person. Whether you are deputy director, you are a director, think maritime. Think the well-being of Nigeria because it revolves. Everything here, no business in the world, Nigeria, we do without maritime.
So as soon as we change our mindset.
So the mindset. So like I said, one good thing that have come out from this government is for government to look at, look, issue protocol presidential order for ease of doing business, correct everybody to fall in the same cycle. So the next thing I see the government doing is to come up with a conditional single window.
Okay.
Which custom, I don't know how far custom is trying to go about it, but we must have a national single window where every other actor come on the central warehouse online to discuss issues that has to do with trade. Third, we must take research seriously. Government must know that maritime is not just anyhow in sector or industry. Think about appointing a marine archaeologist, national marine archaeologist, then let them open up the departments and do the right thing.
In the government agencies?
There are certain things the minister is doing, there are certain a DG is doing that does not fall under his purview. Okay. Because he won't get it to the end. Rather, he only get to the middle and involve politics. There are certain things navies are doing that are not the role of Navy. When you deploy and appoint a maritime archaeologist for the present Nigeria, you see what will happen in the industry. Bet me.
What strategies, in your view, do you think can boost export to give the industry a necessary competitive advantage?
The recent research I carried out in the after object executive tried to actually use her weight of experience to give a push or a bite in the solid mineral sector. I discovered that two things. Solid mineral department is a catchy area. Agreed. Every state of the federation has or is blessed with one natural resources or the other. But now, what do I have the problem? I've given a solution. The Council for the Regulation of Freight Forwarding Practice in Nigeria is the umbrella body that regulates freight forwarding activities. And I tell you, no governor will generate revenue from some of this issue of the house with solid mineral and what have you, till you get even farming, till you get a freight forwarder who does the international marketing. If you don't have a market audience outside, where are you exporting to? So we now said the council should go to each state, partner with every state governor, train what we call state freight forwarders, like we have NAFCA. We do the same thing. Each state have its own freight forwarders that will work with the Chamber of Commerce. It is the freight forwarder that navigate and negotiate market outside. They do the advert, they go about it. They don't have every freight forwarder has international contact. That is where to begin, so that we can actually process, package, and export. We may have quantum deposits of these things with us. By the end of the day, we're not getting the needed export. Now, what you see, one illiterate Chinese man will be brought from China, sent it to the interior part of this country. You go there, you start giving small money to people to gather from export. They're taking away the real exporting business from our people in terms of solid mineral. And the worst thing that has happened, go and see what those Chinese people do. They don't observe and adhere to international best practices as far as mining activities is concerned. Somebody is supervising as a minister. That is by the way. So, coming back home, we are making headway with agriculture because government is determined that it's the political will. Today, rice importation has reduced drastically. But move away from rice importation, we have a state policy, political somersault, which is what automobile policy. Why do we get it wrong? Because it was not properly structured. Government tried to give support against the will of the people. So that policy has not driven us anywhere. That it appeared that some people are benefiting, boxing under the euphoria of concession and waiver at the detriment of larger number. So how do you come with that? I've asked something that said, for the past 4 or 5 years of this policy of 35%, and you said some of these people who are not assemblers should benefit 5% or 0%. How many vehicles have they assembled that are prime Nigerian routes? They do have the purchasing power. Imported vehicles of paying 70% or 35% are said in our post system, and they're all second-hand vehicles. more coming in. So have the policy succeeded?
This is a beautiful place to anchor this chat. I must thank you most kindly for coming on Maritime Update. It's been Eugene Weke. He is the CEO of Virtues Marine and Freight Services Limited. I must thank you most kindly for coming on Maritime Update.
It's my honor to be here.
And that's a wrap on Maritime Update this week. I must thank you most kindly for being a part of this week's edition. Please send your comment and observation on the number showing on your screen as we promise you yet another exciting package next week. For more details, you can contact the Nigerian Shippers Council on our email, website, or text the number showing on your screen. You can also view this episode or any of our previous episodes on our YouTube channel, Maritime Update. When you visit, please subscribe and also click the notification button. I am Norma Obiaswalo. Until I come your way again, same time next week, it's goodbye.